welcome to week 28. It is still so weird to be 28 weeks pregnant. I remember turning 8 weeks pregnant. I remember turning 18 weeks pregnant, and now it's like, well, wait a minute, I'm now 28 weeks pregnant. Though at the same time, it seems like time is just going really, really slow. And I could explain kind of what's going on with why it feels like it's going by so slow, and then it like speeds up. Like, I'll put it this way, my weeks from like Thursday afternoon till about like Monday morning go by really, really slow. And then like on Monday afternoon it's like, oh my gosh, like next thing you know it's Thursday morning. It's weird that how my week is broken up. And part of that is because my week does kind of slow down a little bit on the weekends, which is nice for me. Makes things a little bit less stressful for me. So yeah, so I guess I'll just jump right into the ordinary, doctor's appointments, things like that. Things that has happened with, my contractions get really close together and really intense, and then they slow down, and then, which typically happens to me like Sunday and Wednesday, because I don't get I get the shot's supposed to be only once a week, but I get half a dose on Thursday and Friday, Monday and Thursday, because they want to do it that way. That way they can, it should give more of a relaxation to my uterus. I did pass out yesterday. Not a big deal. I do suffer from syncope, so not a big deal for me. It's just when I'm pregnant, my symptoms, I've been dealing with this since I was, 12, 13. So now being, 27, I know my symptoms like the back of my hand. I know, like one symptom means I have about an hour before I pass out. So if I just sit down and kind of take it easy, I'm okay. Then if I push it, because sometimes when I'm doing the work, I can't stop what I'm doing. So then I push it, and I know I've got about half hour. And so then when I do, I then lay down and put my knees up, so it's like, here's my feet, my knees, and then me. And then I know my symptoms of that I have 15 minutes. And then what I do is then I just lay against the wall and put my feet completely up. And that typically helps. And then when I know I'm gonna go down. And even if I sit down and lay down, I still pass out. But that way I avoid hitting my head and things like that. So not a big deal for me. Just my symptoms all get like crunched together really quick, and it's like you don't even have time to respond to what's going on. So coming up, I just still have NT scans and everything like that. Well, I guess the only thing, but it's not exciting or something I'm looking forward to, is of course our ultrasound on Thursday. Well, actually no, it's gonna be Friday this week, because the ultrasound tech is out Thursday. But so I'm having my NT scan on Thursday. Yeah, my NT scan on Thursday, but my ultrasound on Friday. And so once again, they might possibly take Madeline, so we gotta get ready for her. well, not get ready for her in the sense of like getting stuff for her. It's more making sure that I'm ready for, 4 days in the hospital. Which, like I said in my vlog, my update, I'll link the one below, that I do get ready every time, and then we take everything out, and then I redo everything. Well, not everything, it's mostly just the clothes that I get back together, which then means I have to make sure that I get clothes washed and things like that. It causes more stress on me. But when she's in the 10th percentile, they're going to kind of, I don't need to go to the hospital with a bag packed. I can, at that point, once I hit the 10th percentile for weight for her, if she dips down again, they'll do an ultrasound in 2 days, so it will be a rush to get things together, but I won't have to do what I'm doing. So I guess that's something to look forward to, that hopefully she, packs on some weight. It's the contractions that I get every so often. Because even, yes, with the shots I still get them, but they're not as bad as they were before, where it was, the closest they've been together was 4 minutes, and the farthest part was about 10 minutes, and they were pretty intense, and I dealt with that for a good 3 weeks. So if any of you guys have been in labor, imagine that, contractions 4 to 10 minutes apart, pretty intense, for 3 weeks. It is enough to drive you nuts and kind of make you go, get a little frustrated with everybody and go, just do something, because like this is driving me nuts. And they wouldn't give me the magnesium sulfate again, because they said they'd given it to me, in their minds, too much already. So yeah, that's kind of how they felt. So you wanted to find something that would produce an effect longer. And hopefully I'll be going back to work soon, even if it's only for a couple hours. And they said that's the one thing, the medications aren't really tested for the type of work I do, but they'll, we'll see how I do. I have to talk with my employer and that and figure out how much FMLA time I have left. I don't have much left. And see how we can try to stretch it. Like my doctor said, even if we can get you going for 4 hours a day, that's better than nothing. And then of course, in 3 weeks I will be back to 8 hours, because my job gets harder, but it gets easier at the same time. I am down a pound. My doctor has no idea how the heck I lost a pound, and I don't either. But they're almost to the point of not even worrying about it, and in terms of what we can do. I did the nutrition shakes, did not help. And I did eat them, it just, they're going to check my thyroid, because they're going to check for the hypo. I think so, because they said that one of them burns off, like you have a hard time maintaining, gaining weight, and one of them you have a hard time losing weight, and I'm not sure. So they're going to check that just to make sure that everything's in check, and they said it should be, but just to, make sure everything's covered, because then they're not sure what they're going to do. Yeah, so I lost a pound, so still down 29 pounds. Alrighty, so here is my 20-week belly. There is one for Tiny. And once again, Mikey, I want to say it's 30 weeks that I actually popped. So that's it for the 28 week update. So next week will be 29 weeks. Just a quick update on the doctor's appointments, because I said I would update you guys as much as possible about them. Everything looks okay in terms of my NT scans. Nothing too nutty, nothing too crazy, except for like the other video I put at the beginning. That was a contraction at the beginning. That's what I feel. And they're kind of, they're really watching, because they can, now even with being on the medications, I get the little blips, and all they're doing is just really checking her heart rate to make sure it stays right where it's supposed to. That way they can also check on me as well to see how I'm feeling. They check my vitals, they take blood, I think every Monday now. Instead of every Friday when I get weighed, they take it every Monday. And they're, of course checking for vitamins and things like that. So, yeah, so that's kind of it for the update on that.